Styx's new album, Circling from Above, a tribute to classic rock. How the new album, by 70s classic rock icons, pays tribute to their legacy. You can breathe easy, because Styx's latest album, Circling from Above, is not a concept album centered around birds, at least not in the way you might initially think. However, during a chat, Tommy Shaw, the band's guitarist and vocalist, shares his passion for our feathered friends. "I often forget that not everyone shares my love for birds," he chuckles in an interview with UCR. "Some folks might even be a bit scared of them." Residing in the Nashville area, he vividly describes the serene mornings spent with his wife, Jean, watching the sunrise. The delightful chorus of birdsong beckons him outside, where he captures audio recordings of these natural symphonies, documenting the diverse melodies each day brings. They invest quite a bit in birdseed, with Shaw humorously comparing it to his past spending on cocaine. "It's a costly hobby, but it lasts much longer and serves a much better purpose," he jokes. The band's 18th studio album invites listeners on an intriguing journey. According to promotional materials, it explores the intricacies of human existence through the intertwined perspectives of technology and nature. The tone of the lead single, Build, Destroy, certainly sets the stage for this theme, with its music video further illustrating the blend of these two elements. What is Circling from Above really about? In the end, nature will triumph. We know this to be true, it's inevitable. Yet, as humans, we are determined to assert our influence for as long as we can, explains Lawrence Gowan, the group's keyboardist and vocalist, during a discussion for the UCR podcast. Technology represents the most significant mark we can leave on our existence. To me, this provides rich material for progressive rock. When I listen to certain albums, I naturally try to piece together a concept. But it's perfectly acceptable to simply enjoy the album as a collection of songs. The first few tracks share a thematic connection, but the rest don't necessarily follow that thread. So, if listeners perceive it as a concept album, that's fine, but it's not strictly one, clarifies Will Evankovich, guitarist and vocalist, in a separate interview with UCR. The previous album, The Mission, was indeed a concept album, because we had enough cohesive songs and ideas to create a narrative. There's always a thread of Styx reflecting on their environment and the world around them, and we stick to that, he continues. We aim to infuse hope into our music. It's never bleak. There's always a silver lining. That's our goal. If the lyrics ever veer into darker territory, one of us will suggest steering it back toward hope. That's what humanity needs, in my opinion. Reflecting on their surroundings, Shaw cherishes the moments when real life intrudes. Using the bluegrass-infused track, Blue-Eyed Raven, as an example. This song is inspired by a friend from Indiana who loves to wander through the rural farmlands on those hidden roads that are hard to find on a map, he explains. It captures a sweet experience he had one day. Featuring a mandolin and a stand-up bass, it has a folky vibe, but it's also a bit of a love song. It's not your typical Styx track. It's reminiscent of Boat on the River. I believe listeners will connect with the story. The essence of James J.Y. Young, co-founder and guitarist of Styx, also contributes his unique flair portraying a charismatic character in King of Love. With his distinctive voice, he shares his vision for improving the world. Evankovich notes that having Young as a source of inspiration while writing Styx music is a joy. He's like Styx's guardian angel. He's the godfather of the band. The guitarist and songwriter remarks, JY has always looked out for us, and his personality shines through in the lyrics of songs like Trouble at the Big Show and King of Love. We hold him in high regard. He's very assertive. He knows what he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he'll make his feelings known, Evankovich adds, reminiscing about his early interactions with the legendary Styx member. Finding his comfort zone was key. Once he began to trust me and I trusted him, we built a strong partnership. He's easy to collaborate with. You just need to understand his language. He's a blend of Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, and Jeff Beck. and I happen to admire all of them too. A love letter to classic rock, circling from above, unfolds like a heartfelt tribute to classic rock. As noted by UCR's Nick DeRiso, it's enjoyable to spot the intentional references to their musical influences, from Queen to The Who, and of course, the Beatles. Yet the album unapologetically embraces the band's progressive rock roots, featuring a wealth of vintage sounds and era-appropriate instruments. An album for every Styx fan. Gowan also mentioned that there's a method to their musical approach. Styx has evolved over the years, and various styles are represented throughout their work. Some fans are drawn to the progressive rock side, which I identify with. Others appreciate the pop hits Styx produced long before my time in a band. There's a pop element, as well as a straightforward rock and even heavy rock aspect that fans love. We're not catering to any specific group. Instead, with the diverse influences among myself, Will, Tommy, Todd, JY, Chuck, and now my brother Terry in the band, we aim to represent a wide array of styles, he continues. You could approach it like Yes did with Close to the Edge, where each member contributes to a single piece. It's amusing because that's essentially a collection of individual pieces that blend together beautifully. He highlights the Beatles as a significant influence, particularly the second side of their iconic Abbey Road. We appreciate the short, punchy ideas they presented. To me, that's a precursor to what progressive rock became, as it's musically adventurous, shifting from classical influences to choral elements, heavy rock, and drum solos. It's all present on side 2 of Abbey Road, and we admire that style. Reinventing the old. Ultimately, it's a familiar mix that, as Shaw notes, they have been adept at creating for many years. We're an album-oriented rock band, so we've produced lengthy songs, minor key compositions, and dramatic solos. Tracks like Man in the Wilderness exemplify this, he states. But we also explore various directions. Boat on the River features a mandolin, and even Renegade was initially composed on the piano. I'm not a pianist, but I had a 4-track reel-to-reel recorder in my living room. I had been listening to Tales of Mystery and Imagination by the Alan Parsons Project. I had to learn the instrumental section with my clumsy guitar hands. Eventually, I got it down and recorded it on 1 track, using the others for 3 vocal parts. I quickly wrote the lyrics and recorded them. Listening back, I thought, this is good. I shared it with the band, and they began crafting the arrangements. Let's speed it up. Let's not make it a dirge. Let's rock it out and add those signature Styx harmonies in the big moments. I confessed to Alan Parsons that I might have borrowed from one of his songs for Renegade. He replied, Paul McCartney says I borrowed it from him. So perhaps that's the something borrowed aspect of their creative process. And Circling from Above certainly has plenty of something new as well. Take, for instance, the clarinet solo on She Knows, performed by guest Jeff Coffin from Bella Fleck and the Flecktones and the Dave Matthews Band. Rest assured, if you've been a Styx fan for a while, this album is unlikely to leave you feeling down. But let your ears be the judge.